What is going on? I'm zmot. We are here not on the dev build. That is just a Photoshop skin. I missed the opportunity to do a sneak peek on Dr. Vitamin. This right here is Dr. Vitamin. Now, you might be saying to yourself, no, you've just got medics loaded, but they're actually Dr. Vitamin. That is my first complaint. I will not be complaining much in this video, but these guys, I mean, all they had to do was change the color of the hat or something. You can't, like, if I load a boat of medics right beside them, like directly beside them, you can't tell which one is which. So I went and did the work for them. I think it took me 14 seconds of Photoshop work. And as you can see right about here, all I did was change the red in their hat to be green. Like, that's all it would have taken. Or they could have changed the white to be purple or green or something. So, bit disappointed that you can't tell the difference between medics and Dr. Vitamin. Now, why would you need to do that? Because in theory, you might want to use medics and Dr. Vitamin. Medics heal 33 per second. Dr. Vitamin only does 30 per second at his level 22. If you get them all the way up to max, they heal 34 per second. So they actually are better than medics, but not at the default. You're going to have to beat some levels of Dr. T. You're going to have to do all of those kind of things. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give them a shot, see what they do. Now, here's the thing. If you read the details on Dr. Vitamin, it says he boosts one or many of their abilities. Now, my thinking is perhaps the next time Dr. Vitamin comes around, maybe he boosts something else. But for right now, we're going to give him a quick run through. I'm going to use him with bombardiers. I'm also going to be using him with Sparky. Now, the reason for that is if you remember the previous prototype troops, they follow Private Bullet like he is the hottest thing since sliced bread. So we're just going to use Sparky. That way they'll stay back. Now, these guys, oh, look at that. We should be able to take this base down. I think that is a gimme. Now, if you're wondering why the heck someone would do this with their base, they're trying to lower their victory points. That way they get easier bases. Now, a lot of people think this is a good thing to do. I disagree completely. Lowering your victory points just means you get fewer shards and fewer diamonds and fewer intel because less people attack you, or fewer people attack you. So it's just not a good idea. I'd rather attack and be attacked. I play Boom Beach to attack, not to defend, but still. Get that intel and diamonds for your task force. Let's have a look, see what these guys can do. Now, they attack, and by attack, I mean they throw their healing stuff every 1.2 seconds, but they only do it to troops who have been damaged. So you want your troops to get a little bit damaged. So we are not going to be shocking the rocket launchers or clearing all of the mines. Look at that. All of a sudden, they start getting a little bit crazy. They start getting some speed serum action happening. So, using these guys on troops like zookas, not super great idea because obviously they're not going to throw their stuff unless your troops are damaged. So you can see they're kind of just standing around, and then boom, out come the vitamins. Now, what is in those vitamins? I really don't know. We're not going to be guessing on this stream because there's nothing good in I guess they're vitamins. They're not drugs, so it's not like he's throwing amphetamines around or something like that. But as you can see, they're still susceptible to boom cannons. The boom cannon is still going to shoot them in the face. He's not like the protectors, but I mean, so far, not super amazing for using with our bombardiers, simply because our bombardiers, we don't want them to take too much damage, but we've only lost 1, 2, 3, something like that. So not doing too badly. Let's get rid of that shock launcher behind the core. Now, just so you know, his effects of the effects of the vitamins lasts for 5 seconds, and they give the damage boost of about 30 DPS, I believe it is. Something in that neighborhood. So doing good things. Or is it speed boost? Anyways, it's hard to tell because there are stats behind this stuff, but I don't entirely know which Dr. Vitamin we're talking about, and it's kind of confusing, I will admit. Anyways, he's basically a medic that makes your troops get speed serum without the wonderful speed serum sounds, unfortunately. But listening to all of you out there, most of you say you play with sound off anyways. Now, spoiler alert, I kind of assume this is going to be the best possible troop. Basically, this is a prototype that is made with tank medic players in mind, I believe. Now, I'm not 100% certain, obviously, but this is my best assumption of the perfect and best troop combo in the history of troop combos when it comes to Dr. Vitamin. Now, the reason, again, that we're using our friendly neighborhood Everspark, I keep saying friendly neighborhood all of a sudden, I'm not entirely sure where that came from, is that those medics, Dr. Vitamins, whatever you want to call them, would otherwise just lock onto bullet. Now look at this, look at that tank. That tank is in danger and suddenly it starts shooting faster. I do really, really like that. The fact that your tanks and troops do more damage when they're damaged. I don't believe any other troop does that. It would be kind of a neat mechanic for troops to do more damage when they're actually damaged, just as like a, oh, gosh, I'm going to die, I better swing that hammer faster. Maybe that's a prototype troop that we could have for warriors, like a Uber warrior or something like that. I feel like that should have been done. I feel like that has been done. If I'm missing something, I haven't had my second coffee yet, so please do let me know. But it kind of feels like there should be a troop where when it gets more damaged, it does more damage. That just seems 100% reasonable to me. So right now, we also have cheap shocks, so I should not have lost any troops, but I am not a tank medic player. So if you're looking for tank medic advice, go see Perrins, who's a member of our task forces. Yes, one of the players in our task forces is a tank medic expert. That just sounds crazy and silly, but we accept all kinds. Yes, he still uses zookas on operation attacks, but he loves clearing his map with tanks, which blows my mind because tanks are incredibly slow and too slow for me. So we're going to try these puppies out using zookas, then we're going to try them out using warriors. I don't think this is going to go terribly well. We're also going to bring Brick. Where is Brick? Not super sold on this idea, simply because once they get healed up, the medics are the Dr. Vitamin Zzz are just going to stand around kind of like staring out into space. So if I had low-level barrage, I would almost like barrage my troops just to get them damaged or something like that. But we're going to smoke all of these guys in, and typically when you're using medics, you want to take a little bit of damage because it makes the medics follow all of your troops. But with zookas, you see, we can't take a little bit of damage because our zookas, there we go. There's our little bit of damage. Get those Dr. Vitamins chasing after our troops. And then we're going to get all of our zookas back into here. So you need to take a little bit of damage to get them so they don't have a tea party at shore, but it's a fine line. Now, the next question is going to be, do Dr. Vitamin and his effects and speed serum stack? I kind of assume so, but it's kind of like speed serum and Brick's battle orders. They stack in a kind of, you get extra speed, but a little bit less damage. But then if you get the extra speed plus the extra damage, you get extra DPS. So confusing. I'm not going to do the math, but I believe that it will do better than not. But zookas and Dr. Vitamin, as you saw, they're not super awesome. We're going to try it with warriors. Warriors are far easier to take a little bit of damage as you're running towards the core, simply because they can hit a few mines, you can gap a few smokes, and you'll still get them to where you want to get them. Now, I am going to use bullet on this one because if they follow bullet, they follow bullet. That's totally fine with me. Let's get rocking and rolling. Need to clear all sorts of mines here. Need to make sure they don't hit a shock mine or something long. Yeah, there we go. I figured you had a shock mine hidden there. Oldest trick in the book, muchacho. Let's go. We're going to get all of our bullet and our medics first, and then we're going to follow along with our warriors. Going to use that ground flare. Always the ground flare. Taking a little bit of damage is good. It means that, the problem is now we're getting all of our medics taking some damage, which is not good. And then it's just going to be right into the kill zone, and we're going to go critter, critter, shock, 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 medkits, divine. I don't think our medics are doing anything at this point. Like, they're literally just standing around. Maybe, you know what, our warriors look like they've got a little bit of spice to them. So are they possible with warriors? Maybe. I mean, we still lost a couple of warriors. We lost a Dr. Vitamin. I'm going to give that a second try, simply because that looked like it might actually have done something useful. With Zookas, you can't take a heck of a lot of damage, whereas warriors are taking damage basically all day, every day. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk like this. We're going to do a side drop. We're going to drop all of these guys over in here. You notice that because they are medics, they completely and utterly ignore flares. So that's why you put their flags way, way up at the top of the beach. Highly, highly recommend it. We're going to let Bullet pop out, take a little bit of damage, but not enough to get hit by that grappler, because if we get hit by that grappler, bad things are going to happen. Look at that. Oh, so one thing to be aware of, obviously, as soon as they get hit by Dr. Vitamin, they're going to take the heck off, and you don't want them to take off too far, or you see how all of a sudden they got way, way faster. Look how much faster our warriors are, just pounding away, and that is not something you want to have happen when they're underneath smoke, because otherwise they're just going to take off out of smoke. So we managed to recover fairly all right, but if you're going to use Dr. Vitamin with some warriors, I don't like his name, by the way. Dr. Vitamin just seems a little bit uninspired, kind of like their outfits, I suppose. So I feel like these guys have some potential, especially if you're a tank medic player, but they're not something I'm going to be super excited about them coming back. I definitely can't wait for the Incinerator to come. The Lasertron and the Rainmaker and the Critter Cannons, all big. I love them. Let's try doing things the old-fashioned way. And by old-fashioned way, I mean terrible way. I have been using, when we had the warrior damage boost, I cleared my map something like this. So we're going to give this a shot, see just how good these guys are at healing. Spoiler alert, I say the word spoiler alert way too many times all of a sudden. Just like I say friendly neighborhood too much, I find that I get some things in my head and then can't get it out. So I'm trying to break myself of that habit, because I find it incredibly annoying to say the same things over and over again, but can't make any promises. So these Dr. Vitamins are doing some pretty good damage, which brings us to our next troop combo that we need to test for certain. So you can see that they are speeding our troops up, giving them some extra damage, giving them some extra speed, and some extra health. So lots and lots of good boosts. I am certain that tank medic players are going to love this troop combo, but not this troop combo, but this troop, I should say. But I'm going to give a different one a shot. Mr. PSC Ryan, we're going to bring out your troop combo. Hopefully, I still have some of them loaded. We're going to go with rifle. I think rifles are going to be ridiculous with this. And then we're going to bring out one more boat of rifles, good, and then we're going to bring out some zookas. If you've never used this troop combo, please do give it a shot. Be aware that it is called RCZM, also known as RCZM. I guess we're going to say RCZV for Dr. Vitamin. I feel like I'm missing some troops here. I am not fully engaged brain-wise, so let's get Dr. Vitamin out. Okay, rifle, Zooka, Cryo. I'm going to get 3 boats of Zookas, 3 boats of rifles, 1 boat of Cryos, and we're just going to get into it. You can do a couple different variations depending on which you're going to use. We've got warrior damage. I did not boost the Rifleman speed, so we won't get double speed, the Dr. Vitamin plus the blah, 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 blah. Nonetheless, we should be able to absolutely pummel this base. So I'm going to barrage all of the mines simply because I'm going to be lazy. Then we're going to get all of the things in behind. Realistically, you probably want to use 2 boats of Dr. Vitamin. I've only used 1 because you only typically need 1 boat of medics, but obviously Dr. Vitamin's giving us a little bit extra boost compared to typical medics, so you probably want to get a second boat of him involved. You can see he's just hammering along. These troops are rushing in to face their enemies, demons, whatever the heck the word I'm looking for. So, I mean, Dr. Vitamin, pretty darn good. We're getting extra damage, extra speed, extra goodness, and it's going to do some very, very good things. Typically, I can't stand playing with tanks and medics because they're too slow, and Dr. Vitamin's going to solve that problem. He's going to speed up your tanks and medics, so if you're looking to defend, this is not going to be a great time. I would highly recommend hiding a grappler. Hiding a grappler or hiding a doom cannon is typically the best way to get defenses and intel and diamonds, because actually defending is very, very difficult in Boom Beach, which I'm okay with because I am all about offense. I play the game to blow people up, not to defend. So hopefully you guys subscribe to the same type of theory. Let me know what troops you're using Dr. Vitamin with. I need to do one more attack simply for the old-timey players out there. And by old-timey, I mean before bombardiers came out. I absolutely love smoking Grenadiers to the back of a base. If you've never done it, it's because possibly bombardiers have taken over for you. But for me, Grenadiers have always held a special spot in my heart. So we're going to do this one last attack, hopefully getting out some bombardier action. I'm going to bring Universal Remote just because, and we're going to smoke to the back of a base and see just how amazing Dr. Vitamin can be. We've actually got two doctors in Boom Beach now, I suppose. Dr. Kevin, the dentist, and Dr. Vitamin. Now, if you're wondering why I'm clearing space back here, your Grenadiers will kill each other. Like, it is a known fact, so you need to be a little bit careful as far as where you're going to place them. We're going to drop Everspark just outside the smoke, hoping that she gets up. We're going to have to retreat. I meant to put her one spot outside the smoke instead of two, and then she got shot in the face. So easy fix. One more note, if you're going to design your base, please don't do it like this, because you're just giving away free gunboat energy. I mean, I just threw 3 GBE and I got 9 back. Not a fantastic way to design a base. Please don't do this, because you're just giving away free gunboat energy, and you should never ever give away free gunboat energy. We're going to drop Everspark just outside because she gets underneath quickly because she's only one troop. And then we're going to go like this, take a little bit of damage, and then run all the way to the back. Now, just be aware, these Dr. Vitamins are going to split our troops up, because they're going to get some of the troops and not all potentially, but they do have a splash damage effect. They do splash for 2 tiles, so we should be okay to get all of them back into this kill zone. And then look at this, Grenadiers on crack, Grenadiers on vitamins, I guess is probably a better way to describe it for the PG-13 related audience. By the way, local, somewhat new hockey team nearby, the Seattle Kraken, which is where the crackhead thing came from, on crack. Very, very excited to see this new rivalry between the Vancouver Canucks, my local and favorite team, and them. If you're from the Seattle area, let me know if you care about hockey, if you'll be going to watch that. Or not from Seattle, I suppose. Anyways, smoking Grenadiers to the back of a base is always a good time, and a great way to take down basically any base in the history of bases. So give it a shot if you've never done it before, especially with Dr. Vitamin. Look at this. We've got free speed serum just blasting away, and this base is going down. We are yelling timber, even though we've got Everspark trying to hack something, and she's going to get crushed in the face. Let's throw a barrage out there so we don't lose any vitamins. One thing to be aware of, when the prototypes go away, you're going to lose whatever gold if you have them loaded, so I would highly recommend unloading them in approximately, 5 days, 15 hours. Anyways, that is all for me. I'm zmot. Hopefully you found something interesting, fun, or entertaining in this video. If you didn't, let me know, and I will do my best next time to do better. If you have a troop combo you highly recommend using with these guys that I did not feature, hit me up in the comments and I will give them a shot. Otherwise, as always, keep booming those beaches. I shall talk to you later. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmot. Peace.